All right, welcome back. So this next session, we're going to go over ESO training. So ESO training is a little bit different documentation-wise than it was for IMS. So different location, not where you would think it is within reason, but to document training, and this will be for chief officers, captains, OICs, etc. The document, and this will be under PM or personnel management. But simply, you'll log in as usual, select PM. See, I waited too long. Go to training over here on the left side. You don't have to do anything with the rest of this stuff. Go to training, select that. And this is one I just recently did. This is the training we did today, and I'll just go through how we do that. If there's multiple trainings on here, if you're looking for your own, your own information that you put in, stuff like that, you can, search for it here. Obviously, this training will also go under your own personal training once it's completed. So if I go under myself, you should be able to go under classes. That will show up under here, under your own specific information. So when people put those trainings in, EMS, fire, whatever, they will start populating here. And talking to Fire Rescue One Academy recently, and ESO, there is going to be a link between Fire Rescue One Academy when we do classes on there and ESO, but it's in beta. We were told that it was up and ready to go, but that's not true. ESO is still beta testing it, and we are hopefully going to be part of that beta test here in the near future. That once you do a Fire Rescue One Academy class, whether it's fire, EMS, inspector, instructor, etc., it will automatically dump and export into your specific training file. What that'll exactly look like, I'm not sure, but we'll communicate moving forward. So that's one. You'll be able to track your own trainings and such. You want to track down Captain Martin or whomever to get that information anymore. You can do it right on ESO. So these classes will stay on here. They won't, you don't want to delete them or anything. You probably won't even have the option to delete them, but they should just stay on here as they are. So to add a class, so if you are going to add a new class, whether you just did, like we did forcible entry today, if you do an EMS training outside of Fire Rescue One Academy, you can add that information here. Or you can go to copy existing class, which if you have an existing class that's listed here, you can hit copy existing, and you can add your own information, who you were working with, who took the class with you, et cetera, et cetera. So all that will be available there also. So for today, we're going to do add new class. We will select it. So I'm going to go to this one right now. So that's going to come up with this information so far. So this is just a general, I'll call it the dashboard of the training. So you have class details here. If you need to change any of this stuff, you'll hit edit, class name, class description. A lot of this stuff is predetermined right here. There's no changing it. We just leave it as it is because these are general class names or topics. Same with sessions when we go to that. The class description, you can enter whatever with. Class number won't really pertain to anything unless you're doing multiples of the class. What class type was it? Was it internal or external? What category was it, which was determined by what we talked about previously? Was it hands-on lecture, online CE or other, or a station drill? This is directly copied from IMS, so the topics are pretty much the same. And then where did we do it? Right now we have Jackson Township Fire Department and Stark State College, and it uploads their information. At some point when it comes to accreditation, we'll start adding accreditation codes. Also on Fire Rescue One Academy side, we can add accreditation information. So if we want to add for ISO rating, if we want to increase our ISO rating to an ISO 1, we need to be able to document our trainings and the things that we do. So at some point, this may be something we may select at some point, but we'll see where we get with that. Class objectives, you can just free print whatever information you want when it comes to the class objectives. You'll save that, and then you can go down. So maybe it was an outside education, like let's say it's balloon training for Balloon Fest. You can add his information in here. If you want to add any comments, you can add that in here. If you want to add any pictures, you can add that in here, or any files, etc. And then if you have a outside link or website or whatever it may be, you can add that down here also. So that's pretty much the first dashboard, I'll call it, part of the training portion of ESO. Next is sessions, which you'll find right up here, right next to it. You'll hit sessions. And as you can see, this class is still open. We haven't completed the classes. We haven't recorded all the attendees as of yet, but that's on here. Sessions is kind of the, we have our dashboard like we talked about already, the overview of what the course is. Session dives a little bit deeper to say, okay, so you had the session name was under the fire category. What was the description of that session? What did you exactly do? We did forcible entry. What was the objectives? We did forcible entry with the door prop, hands-on practice with inward and outward swinging doors. And you can add stuff to that. The date, the time, who was the instructor, and then where did you have the class at? Okay, you'll save that information. And then you can go down you can scroll down or you can go down through here. Credits are used to record hours or points for a specific purpose. For example, a single class can have multiple credits to track compliance and state level goal, a certification requirement, or toward a retirement benefit. We currently don't necessarily utilize this. At some point we may, but as of right now, we do not. Credentials granted. So agency grant right to work in particular position or role. So if we have credentialing, we can use that at some point. Skills granted. If we don't have any skills right now that we put in here, but it should kind of, if you want to build towards mastery of a particular area, you can start putting skills in there. Right now, we do not add any information into that. If you want to add comments, attachments, and links, that's all right there also. So pretty self-explanatory in there. Now, before you go, and it's not blatantly obvious, is you want to make sure you manage your attendees. Who attended the class? So also it's going to have kind of a reminder. Information that for this class is not reflected on the attendees record until the class is complete. So make sure you manage your attendees here before you complete the class. Okay, so you hit manage attendees, and I can hit here and it'll show me a list of who. So I know Scott Applegate attended, and I know Mark Miller attended. And of course, and then I can add myself, of course. And obviously on the left side here, you can filter, the shift, the station, etc. over here. And then you obviously can select multiple people at once. So if you can search for them and select them, or you can just go down the list and select them there. You can select everybody. You can clear all the attendees. You can reset the filters if need be. But after you're done, you want to hit apply. Did they attend? So you have the names of the attendees over here. Did they attend? Yes, yes, yes. Now let's say they didn't attend, for example. There are absence reasons here. We can add absence reasons if we so choose, but these are just general overview absence reasons. So we don't have any absence reasons right now. Did they pass or fail? Everybody passed. And then if you want to put a grade, you can. We'll put 100 for everybody, because everybody did great. If you're tracking credit, you can do that. So they all got credit, of course. And obviously, if you're like, oh crap, I put something in wrong, you can remove them here. You can hit mark all attended. You can hit mark all passed to make it pretty simple on yourself. And then you can add more attendees, of course. Okay. And then if you have a full list here, you can actually filter by name if need be. After that, you hit save. Okay. And there's no real reminders. So just as a thing, what I'll tell you is you go down through your class details, this first dashboard type page, and then you go down through your sessions. So, clicking on this and making sure everything is good to go. When you first start, when you go to sessions, this won't be here. You'll have to add session, and then you'll have to enter this information under here. Okay. Next, obviously, is manage your attendees. And once you're done with that, you'll want to come up here and hit complete this class. Hit complete. I have, is this class completed? It's a fire forcible entry class. I had 3 of 3 students earn credit. And that means pretty much continuing education. There were no credits, credentials, or skills because we're not using those right now. And then hit complete class. And then the class is now completed. What you can do is hit training over here or hit the backspace. And now it shows the status as complete. Obviously, you can copy, but delete shouldn't be an option. It might be an option for some of us, but as this adds along, now I can go to my folder over here. I can search for myself, in here, go to classes, boom, there's my class. I passed it, I got credit for it, it was training, and it's under my name, under personnel management, under my classes. And the same I can do for Applegate and Miller. So I'll go to Scott Applegate, go to classes, boom. We did forcible entry today. Now his credit is there, and he can search that if he's up for recertification or whatever what it is. So you have the power to search for these things now. So my only thing, make sure this clear, is before you delete a document, I wouldn't really recommend it because once it's deleted, it's gone. So can't get it back. So make sure you're very, 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 very sure of wanting to delete that record. But also, you don't have to do anything with these things down here unless you're going to a different section of ESO, which for most of us, it would be EHR incidents, dashboard, station check, or academy. But outside of that, you don't necessarily have to do anything else in this training portion. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you later.